Hi, welcome back to our series on Wellness Drops, exploring mental health and the 8 dimensions of wellness. Welcome back, friends, to this session on the details on pillars and the corresponding aspects on financial wellness. Before I start talking about the pillars, is a very important factor which I want to share with you. How it is different from other dimensions is that this is a tangible dimension. You have got facts and figures for everything. If I have X amount of money, it is a fact and figure which is definitely measurable. If I am spending something, you are spending an exact amount, but you've got authentic proof that you have spent X amount of money, right? Whereas the other dimensions are intangible. I will now start discussing the first pillar, which is awareness. Awareness is a very important aspect even otherwise. It is important to have general awareness about the surroundings and the environment that you are surviving in. It's important to be well informed about your ecosystem, what is happening around you. It may not be very important to know everything which is around you, but it is good to know so that you have confidence. Likewise, it's important to have financial awareness. And there are 3 aspects to financial awareness. That is emotional, practical, and benchmarking. What is emotional awareness? What I'm going to be talking next is to do with the practical awareness. We come to the next aspect under this pillar, which is called benchmarking. I will leave you thinking on these 3 very important aspects under the pillar of awareness, because all actions and all activities start with being aware. Only then I will be able to do something about it. The next pillar under financial wellness. It is a very, very important fact which probably guides our whole life, and it also guides the decisions that we make or the decisions that we don't make. It is to do with financial literacy. Financial literacy is very, very important and crucial and critical, which enable us make well-informed financial personal decisions. But keep in mind, the knowledge that we have is just for us to understand the basics and the fundamentals of the financial requirements that we need to take care of in our future. We need to know of those things which we feel is important for us, and those will help us take decisions for our own self. Let me tell you, my friends, when we talk about literacy, it is to each his own. It needs to be customized. It is not that it is a one fix for all, not at all, because my requirement may be different from another. Also, the purpose of getting financial literacy is to get better knowledge about a particular situation more than you already have today. Let us go dive deeper to understand this pillar in the form of the 3 aspects. The 3 aspects are budgeting, saving, and debt. The next aspect, which is called investment and insurance. The last but not the least aspect under this pillar is retirement and legacy. Third pillar under financial wellness, which is behavior. It is important for us to understand about ourselves. How do we behave in situations when we are taking decisions with regards to financial matters? In other words, how do we feel? How do we act? How do we conduct ourselves while making financial decisions? There is always a confusion. There is always a challenge in trying to choose, should I listen to my head or to my heart? Now, you are the best judge, my friends, to see at which given situation you should listen to which of these 2. First aspect under this pillar, which is the head. The next aspect is to do with the heart. We talk about taking care of both the aspects, which is the head and the heart, is what leads us to maintaining a balance. When we talk about balancing our behaviors, it is to do with taking care of the heart-related decisions or the head-related decisions, or should I say, taking both angles into consideration. And the last pillar is satisfaction. It appears to be probably towards the end of our financial journey, because all the time and effort we have put in all through the life culminates into this one aspect, which is satisfaction. Because don't forget, whatever we do in life, with regards to anything, any aspect, any action, any thought, any behavior, it's all to achieve one thing, which is satisfaction. And now we're talking about financial wellness. So obviously we're talking about a financial satisfaction. What is satisfaction? It's a very broad term. However, to kind of make it more understandable in terms of financial wellness, it is the state of contentment that we achieve on account of the financial choices that we have made and the outcomes and the results which we have got out of it. Satisfaction has three aspects. The first is the right choices. The second aspect, and we talk about inner values. If you do things which are suitable to you and the right choices at the right time, taking care of your inner beliefs, what is it that you're going to achieve? We are going to achieve our life outcomes. And after all the hard work, after all the sacrifices, after all the pain that we went through, after all the decision making, after all the research, and so on and so forth, you feel so satisfied from within that we did so much and finally we have achieved outcomes. Would you want to experience such a kind of situation? I'm sure everyone would. So whatever we have talked about so far in all these pillars and their aspects, think about it very, very critically to the finer nuances and see whether you resonate with these situations, whether you resonate with these values, and take it forward so that you are able to achieve a high level of wellness. The idea is to get a state of peace and happiness and satisfaction, and above all, financial freedom.
We'll be back with more. Do subscribe to our series on Wellness Drops.